last night's I'm a Celebrity saw numerous nasties, new arrivals and very nice hairdos.
You're highly competitive as much as I.
I am, and that's why I love your competitiveness. Stephanie's got the balls but hasn't got them down the chute.
Let me tell you one.
Not the way we would do it, but go on.
Yes! I'm not having that.
Thanks, you're the worst loser in the world.
Don't throw your toys out the pram about that.
Just stop.
I feel elevated. You're going to be snug as a bug in a rug.
Get used to that sound.
Just brilliant. Kerry, Katona and Gordon Smart join us now, so let's crack straight on it. And we'll talk about the fact that Mark and Stephanie went head-to-head in the trial. But Mark was victorious. Stephanie couldn't find the slot to get her stars down. We saw a little bit of that in the clip we showed then. But what about her hair? Because I thought Ant and Dec were genius.
I know.
Brilliant.
I actually thought at one point that people was actually going to start camping in her head. It actually went as big as the bush itself. It was hilarious.
It just kept getting bigger.
Through the day, it was getting bigger and bigger and bigger. And Ant and Dec, they were just hilarious last night with that whole wig thing. It was brilliant.
He looked like Dennis the Menace. I just love the way she didn't care about it at all. She was just like, yeah, it's big and I'm proud.
I thought she got a lot of points for that, actually.
Yeah.
She was like, yeah, so what? I've got big hair.
What do we think that? What do we think tonight's trial's going to prove to us? Because Dougie's going to have to do battle with Fatima.
The most competitive woman ever, I think. I think about that turnaround. She was popular to start off with. Everyone thought clear favourite. Within 24 hours, disaster. She's probably going to be the first person voted out for that.
Do you think she will be?
Oh, she's going to be up every week, I think, now.
I definitely think so. It really put me off her massively. It was... She was, like, nitpicking on everybody. I don't know if it's because of the size of her, that she's just, like, really intimidating, but I fair play to Lorraine as well. Lorraine actually just stood up and said, I'm not taking no more.
Yes.
I thought fair play.
Well, let's talk about the Fatima and Mark argument, because this was a very interesting... I mean, I changed my opinion of Fatima in 15 tweets last night.
I saw that last night.
I looked at where I said, this woman is incredible, to where I said, oh, shut up. And it was 15 tweets, the space of the show, and if you missed it, this is a little bit of the argument.
We've got a difference of opinion. We just need to draw a line under it.
We need to just stop talking about it, please.
We need to draw a line under it. I'm old enough to be your mum, Mark.
Fatima, I know that.
So be a bit more respectful then.
I mean, if you let me get a word in, I don't know why you keep saying to me...
Mark, you're not respecting me, who's been an international athlete for over so many years.
Have I spoken to you badly in any way?
Don't try and bring me down.
I'm not putting you down, darling.
Darling, you are.
You wouldn't want to argue with her. I mean, she is old enough to be your mum, but...
She'd win that fight.
Big enough to be your dad.
Fight, yeah.
You know, she's a... You know, you wouldn't want to argue with her.
It made me wonder how contrived her first 24 hours were, if she was putting on a real charm offensive.
Well, her and Mark's relationship, at one point we were sat here going, this could be a relationship. I mean, you said... A romance.
Pete and Kate of the Jungle, but I have no idea where that came from. I think you've got a good point, though. Was the first 24 hours just a complete plan? I'm going to be really cool and chilled.
Could she possibly just be losing the plot slightly? I mean, you said yourself that it makes you do strange things in there. I mean, do you think she could turn it back around as quickly as...
I don't know. I think we're actually seeing the true Fatima, if I'm really honest. I think she's very dominating. I think she's always in control.
You can understand her
being get it,
competitive and not wanting to get it wrong. I do understand that. What I thought was a bit strange, and I'm amazed that the producers allowed them to do it, actually, and maybe it would look like it was night time, so maybe they didn't have a chance to jump in and say, stop it, was that she said to Mark, I want to have a word with you, let's talk this out and take off your mic.
Right. Yeah, how did she get away with that?
It shouldn't be allowed, should it? It should be a contractual obligation. You have to keep your mic on all the time, because we all wanted to hear what was said between the two of them.
Absolutely.
And then Mark stuck to it as well, didn't he? Because he said, I can't repeat what we had in that private conversation.
That's not really fair.
If you go into the jungle, then we do hear and see absolutely everything.
I know.
Got £5 off the pay.
I'm assuming that the producers will have said to her, do you know what, you can't do that. And I'm also amazed that they must have been kicking themselves, because normally you unplug the microphone, cover it up, and the other mics that are around pick it up, but they missed it last night.
But also, they should have, because I thought they were going to get their meals taken away from them. I thought, well, this is it.
They had to be punished for something, because
they should have. They'll all start doing it.
Well, not only that, I know where Willie might be getting punished because he's been smuggling in chili.
Willie Chili?
Well, he's a brave man. He smuggled it in his pants.
Did he?
No wonder he's going like that all the time.
Well, if you remember that Gillian McKeith last year smuggled all the herbs and spices in her knickers, which is one thing, but if you cut a a chili up and then you touch something else, it stings like crazy.
Paddy McGuinness was on the show a few months ago talking about a very similar thing. He sat on a chopped chili.
But it might have been. It's not. It must have been like pounded chili. It wasn't like just a big old red chili, was it?
Well, he's saying how much do you want? Do you want one or two in the pot? We're led to believe.
What else has he got with him? That's what I want to know.
Yes,
where is chili? Because chili's got to be low down the list of things you want to smuggle in. So.
You're right. Salt, pepper first.
Yeah.
And he was bragging about it, and so I think he's going to be in trouble. That's a great headline. Silly Chili Willy.
Silly Chili Willy. So what about our newbies? We have obviously got Pat Sharpe, haven't we, and Sinitta. Sinitta is going. I mean, that noise. We're just going to have to get used to it, aren't we? The squeal. She is terrified of everything.
She is hilarious, and Pat has just absolutely got the patience of a saint. It reminds me of when I was in there, me and Mike Reed.
Yes.
And I think she's going to be a great camper. Every little noise, every little tweet she hears, she's jumping for a life.
This will be classic stuff tonight, won't it? When we see that time they spent inside the cave together.
Yes.
Because Pat, you could tell he was already getting irritated by it.
And out they came.
I mean, that's so horrible. And the producers finally got to use that cave, so that was, the money was worth it.
Worth the investment, wasn't it?
Well, she even jumped at the klaxon, the sound of the klaxon, didn't she? And interestingly, I noticed this morning that Simon Cowell has joined Twitter.
Yes.
So he's now. So I wonder whether or not he'll say anything about Sinitta's time in the.
Simon Cowell will be jumping like Sinitta every time she sees an insect, every time she speaks.
Yeah, true.
And next up, let's go through some of the gossip. Of course, Ant and Dec were planning to spend their day off playing golf, but had to come back to do the interview with Freddie. He said, "I feel fit as a fiddle," but he didn't look very well to me.
I thought that was a bit of a carry-on when Ant and Dec said, "You look great, Freddie. You look great," because he didn't. He looked like death warming up, didn't he?
I'm gutted he's not going to be in there, but I'm relieved in a way because I found it quite uncomfortable watching him. I thought he's a bit fragile.
Because you were worried about him?
Yeah, you are generally worried about him after his operation last year. But Ant and Dec, they've got a hard life, having to give up a game of golf.
Don't get in the way of Ant and Dec's golf.
I know. Do you think they'll bring someone new in? Do you reckon that they can do that now? Or?
I think they need to, actually. I think it does require a big character because Pat Sharpe seems like quite a quiet guy as well. I think Sinitta will be good value, but they need one more big character.
Do you reckon they're frantically trying to look for someone and fly someone out there?
I think Philip Schofield knows something that we don't.
No.
Do you?
I'm not saying
Is it you?
I wouldn't. No.
He's just booked a holiday for a week. It's you.
Got stuff
You'd
to do
love that,
here.
though, wouldn't you?
I would love to do it.
Yeah.
I would love. It's the only one I would absolutely love to do.
That's on the record now.
Would I ever do it? No, but I would love to. I would love to.
I paid to watch that, actually.
Well, I went over last year just as an anorak to go and have a look at it all, you know, and it just the whole thing appeals to me completely. And I feel better about shouting at the telly, "Oh, pull yourself together!" if I knew how hard it was.
And then when you're actually in there, it's a completely different story.
I know.
According to an online ITV poll, Dougie has made the best first impression, scooping 53% of the vote. So that means
you've been right all along, Holly. That's what you were about to say,
which is often always the case.
It'll be good to see Dougie going head-to-head with Fatima tonight, won't it? Because she's incredibly competitive, but he's a very good sportsman. Played a bit of football with McFly, and he won't give up easily. Yeah.
I think as well with Dougie, he's not going to be too bothered about the insects, or the bugs, or the rats, or the lizards, or anything like that. I think he's going to do really well in tonight's challenge.
Dark horse to win?
I think he is, 100%, yeah.
Thank you, guys.
Agreed.
Thank you very much indeed.
Thank you very much.